It's Zyb Podcast here, and this is your host, Zy Asia Bland. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about coworkers. So, the reason why I'm getting into this topic is because I don't think people understand the difference from having a coworker and a friend. Because, yeah, you have coworkers and you work with them, but they don't necessarily mean that doesn't necessarily mean that they are your friend. See, when you go to work, your task is to get what you got to get done and go home. Some people's task might be just to go to work and communicate and talk with people. And then you got other people who just want to be there and talk crazy because they have nothing else better to do. I feel like in today's society, coworkers is more like complications because you could end up being friends with this person and you may not know them from a lick of paint. Okay, let's get this honest. You don't know them. They just random. They show up out of nowhere, and then y'all get to knowing each other. Y'all get to knowing each other, and you go and hang out for a couple times here and there. You go to little places here and there. They'll come to your place, and it's whatever. So then you start to build a relationship, like a friendship with them, more like a close friendship where you start exchanging numbers, and you get the texting, you get the checking up on them here once in a while and stuff, and then every time you hang out, you get closer. You just start to think like, okay, this is something. This could be a real friendship. But then the reality sets in when you got some stuff going on. So you have to distance yourself from that person, your coworker that is now your friend, and you tell her or him like, "Hey, I need some time to myself. I'm going to be not going to be able to talk to you for a couple days." And they're okay with it like the first or second day. But then the next couple of days they get to thinking like, "Well, I guess they don't care about me. They don't want nothing to do with me. They don't want to check on me." Knowing they know that you're dealing with something mentally or dealing with something at the moment. Let me not say mentally because we don't know what that could be, but you're dealing with something at the moment. And you just explained to them why you weren't going to be talking to them. And then they use that third day, fourth day to go ahead and say, "So are we not talking? Are we not friends anymore? And you're just you're just thinking to them like, we just had a conversation about this. We just had a conversation that I'm not going to be able to have contact with you for a couple of days because I need some time to myself." That doesn't necessarily mean that we haven't stopped talking. But they're worried because they like you. They want to continue this friendship. That's what coworkers do. That's what they want to do. You're starting to get suspicious in your head because you're like, what is going on? Why are they so anxious of me not calling and texting them when I told them the reason I'm not going to be calling and texting? No. Now let's just say this is vice versa. It's vice versa. They got to get some time for themselves. And they're like, "Well, I need to take some time for myself. And, I'm this and that and blah, blah, blah." And then you're like, "Okay, I understand. I get it." So then when you actually give them that time and space, they get mad that you give them that time and space. And then you're like, What the hell is going on? How are you mad that I am giving you your respected space like you asked to, but it's okay to invade mine when I told you from the start that I needed it? Then you get to work and y'all act buddy buddy because that's what coworkers do. They act buddy buddy. That's how they do it. That's a part of that's part of the um that's part of the process of becoming a coworker. You had to pretend to get that job to, go through them interviews and stuff. Now you have to pretend to like somebody to keep in your position so you can keep finding out about that person. So I think a couple months later, y'all get to going somewhere. I don't know. Let's say to the mall. And your friend, we all walking together. But she decided to bring her boyfriend because I guess that was more important than us going together. But anyway, you know, she decides to bring her boyfriend. And the whole time during that shopping trip, you're not getting any interaction with your coworker, your friend/friend, because that's what I'm saying. Because it's like she's having a date with her boyfriend. And no, the girl's not jealous. She has nothing to be jealous about. She said it was fine to invite him because she didn't want to upset her coworker, her friend. So she lets them do what they want to do and decides she's going to leave. Your friend gets mad at you because you left. And you're like, what else was I supposed to do? You sat up there and you brought your boyfriend knowing we were supposed to hang out together. And then you get mad when I want nothing to do with any of that. I let you have your peace, let you have your space, and it's a problem. But I can't have my own space. That's why coworkers should stay coworkers and nothing more than that. I don't think being friends with a coworker is always the best idea. I feel like you should really get to know, really understand that person first. Or, hang out with somebody who has a little bit more knowledge than you instead of someone who is in the middle with you or in the same boat as you. Because if y'all both are in that same boat, what direction are y'all moving in? Who's moving into what direction? That person's going in that direction, that person going in the other direction. No one's getting to any of their destinations. So maybe, let me say this. You can have a coworker, friend. I just saying maybe it's not the best idea to be friends with someone who's around your age range. Maybe somebody older, would be best as a coworker, as a friend. Also, I feel like no one really gets into the depth of coworkers because you're workers. But some of us aren't always doing our job like we're supposed to. So why are we coing? Why is it coworkers if no one is doing their job all the time? They're not cooperating. You know what I mean? It's a part of in the name. It's coworker. You're supposed to be cooperating. And we don't got coworkers like that cooperate. Because they want to complain 24/7 about everything and they don't want to do anything and they want to be a hypocrite about something. And it's just so irritating to hear someone complain about what they have in life. Somebody may not have that and you're complaining about having it. I just don't understand that at all. Like, how could, like, you have a job, you have car, house, all of that, and you're still complaining, you're still finding ways to make it all about yourself. And that's why I just think people who go to work, who have a job, just go to work and just go to work. Just don't even associate with nobody. Just go to work and make your money and just go home. And I think that's going to be the end for this episode. This was a long episode. I'm trying to make it a little longer just so y'all can get the idea of how I'm doing this. Because I know my last episodes have been short. So hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. And I will see y'all in the next one.